Hey YouTube, I made a set of forks that are 4 foot long from here to the end, and they work good for picking up lumber. I mean, I can pick up a skid of lumber. The problem is last year when I started using these, I was picking up not just a skid of lumber, but I was picking up a skid of wet lumber. So it was, 50%, 40% moisture content, and it was really heavy. So when I picked it up, and the backhoe has the strength to pick it up, but I bent these a little bit. Now I just pressed them back down. They're not perfectly straight. I'm going to weld a little stiffener on the bottom here to try and help it from moving around. I gotta fix this up again, but anyway, that's what I'm working on today. I haven't been able to do any cutting because it's too freaking hot out. It's like 88 degrees right now, and it's unbelievable, and everything is dying around here. The grass and all seems to be dying in a lot of the places that get the sun all day long. So it's been really unseasonably warm and also dry. So anyway, I'm going to be working on this today. So I'm going to weld this stiffener plate underneath here, and I want to fix this side here a little bit, something a little heavier. This is only about, I don't know, maybe not even quite 1/4 of an inch, so I need to put something heavier on there. So I got to cut this, flatten it out on both sides, and then put another heavy piece on top of that thing. So I'll be working on that today. I'll show you what I do as I go, but I'm not going to be, like I say, doing any cutting. But the forks work good as long as you don't stress them out. Like that, those forks would have stayed perfectly straight if I would have gone with, say, a skid no higher than I don't know, 30 inches, say, maybe 36 inches. But even 36-inch high skid of lumber that's 40% moisture content is pretty heavy weight. You're approaching 1.5 tons or 2 tons, and it is a lot of weight for these. But I need to get the wood out of the kiln, and taking it out piece by piece in this kind of weather and all is not going to help me. So I want to do it with this. So I'll get back to you here as I go. Well guys, as you can see on the top there, where that long bead is, I put that extra metal on there, and I don't think that they'll bend so easily with that on there. It's not that the wood is that heavy. Probably the skid that I got over there maybe weigh maybe 1.25 tons or so. So this should be able to handle that without any real problem. I have the other one over there. I did the same thing. It's on the ground there. I did the same thing to that. I put a brace on one side. That's about all the metal I had that I could actually use, pretty much. So anyway, I'm going to put these on the tractor then, and see if I can't pick those piles up. But I got to get somebody here that understands how to pick things up. So my one neighbor worked in a steel mill, so he's pretty good at it. I'm going to get him over here then after I finish welding this. What I have to do to this one is on the bottom. If you look at the one that's on the ground here, on the bottom there, I put a plate to help it from bending. I need to put that same plate on this one here, on the bottom here. So I need to cut one of them out and then put that on there. That's what I'm going to do next. Well guys, I finished up with that braces on that thing. I think that'll hold that because a lot less than that was holding the wood before. So I just need to be able to pick up the skids up, out of the kiln, like I said. I've been talking about this for weeks. I got to get it done. Also, it's always something. My air compressor here, it actually broke. The motor went on it, I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago. But I had a compressor right there, so I was using that for little things. But I like having this big compressor because it holds a lot more air. So anyway, I took the motor off the other day and I have it here. So this thing measures 5/8 of an inch at the shaft there. And then, you know, it's like, it's as if, hold on a second. Yeah, here we go. It's as if you would think that Ingersoll Rand was trying to keep you from buying a motor somewhere. But anyway, this motor has on here that it's 15 amps and it's 230 volts, 3,450 RPMs. So I decided to get that. If you see horsepower here, I don't know if it's supposed to be special or whatever, but it doesn't tell you the horsepower. And I'm thinking that it's 5, because this is a pretty big motor here. It's like almost 11.5 inches long. The problem is, the motors that I look for, this motor is $600 if you go on Ingersoll Rand's website. But if you go on to other websites, I found it for $260. The same 3450, 15 amps, runs by capacitor, starts by capacitor, and it also has the same welding plate underneath it. So I'm going to try buying that one for $260 and see what happens. It just took me a while to get it off the air compressor. I was busy and I couldn't get caught up with it. Usually the stuff that I say I'm going to do, I do, but as I'm getting older here, I'm slowing down pretty much. So anyway, that's the motor that I need to put onto this thing. Or the motor I took off, I ought to say. The one I'm buying is actually shorter. It's a lot shorter than this, but it says the same numbers on it and it has the same shaft. So we'll see what happens here. That's the pulley that came off of there. It's really on there tight. There's a puller to get it off. Okay guys, so you can see I got the top of this pile off and it's in there. So that's going to be good to dry in there. I need to get these into the kiln in the next couple weeks. So I'm not going to worry about that for now. But it's drying nice actually outside here, but it's not going to dry good enough. So I need to get it inside the kiln. But what I want to do is, that's good there, that can dry nice. I want to get that out. I'll show you how I got the other one out with these forks here. And they work pretty good. So you can see I put that stuff in the garage. Now I'm going to plane that. The planers are over there. I'll just plane the stuff and put it into the loader bucket and then dump it. Or put it into the chicken pen, one or the other. Alright, so we're still not looking bad around here. I'm down to my last couple of logs for now. I should be getting more soon. I'm not sure when they're going to start cutting again. But anyway, I want to put the bottom back on that thing, on the kiln, and shut that up.